Hi, it's Norman Koshnik here for Eyes on Cricket. I decided to put a show on tonight with Alan Mullally's help. Alan Mullally, former England cricketer, he'll be here shortly. But I'm very blessed to have some guests to join us. Not only Alan, but I've also got a lovely man called David Speak. David Ginner Speaks. How would you like me to pronounce the middle name?
Ginner.
Ginner. So David Ginner
Strawberry Blonde.
For ginger, yeah, exactly. So David's joined us. He is basically one of the main people involved with the Barmy Army, of course, the famous fan club touring group that have gone around the world on several occasions to most major events that have involved England, and World Cups and Ashes series, the whole lot. And I'm joined by David, which is a great thing to have. We do actually have, and I'll just show you, David. We have. So Alan Mullally's ringing me. He'll be joining us here now. Alan, join us. Alan? You there? He'll come. He's going to come. He always loves to ring. Okay, so we're joined here by a name. David, I want you to be introduced to a great friend of ours on the show, Munchie. Now, he's based in England as well. So he's a regular follower. He's based in... Munchie, where are you based again? You're based down near Kent, aren't you? Munchie's going to message me in a minute. And we've got some other regular guests, Barmy, who's come from Alan. They love saying hello to each other. So we're going to wait for Alan. I don't know what Alan is. He's just... I'm about to send him... Just want to see where he is. He always has problems logging in. Bear with me, David. Now, I sent you the link. What's that? I can send it to you again. I'll send it to you. Hang on, I'll send it to you in You want me to send it in WhatsApp? I'm having just to do it a bit here. This is impromptu. I've just sent it to you again in WhatsApp. You got it? Okay, just take your time, join us. All right. Sorry, David. Sorry, viewers. Let's get Alan on deck. You got it? Come on. So yeah, David. So we've got this platform that I'm working with, but the future is we're going to have something called Normally, which is a combination of both Alan and myself, and we're going to be lining up for the Ashes. So here's Alan now.
Hey Dave, how you doing, man?
All right, pal. Yourself?
Now, more importantly, can you hear that music? And by the way, Norman, it's driving Mum crazy. Mum, you getting old.
I'm driving Mum's
Norman,
crazy.
I just sent you something on Messenger, I think.
Did you? Which messenger? Grab a seat, Alan.
Whoa!
I see it. I can see it.
On the bells. Let's go, David. There you go.
He's got his little shrine there. It's a little shrine of his.
Yeah. Fair play. Can't argue with the lad.
So Munchie's asking, David, are you looking forward to the Barmy Army versus Barrett Army carry on and the England India test?
Yeah, what do you call it? We're looking forward to coming for the Ashes this Christmas, but it looks like it's not going to happen now. But there is a slight window of opportunity of getting to Perth. If we can get to Perth for the January-February test match.
Dave,
that's on the agenda.
That's good. I mean, to me, you're obviously going to be a part of the 5 test matches that occur, aren't you?
Sorry?
In India. Against India.
Well, the what do you call it? The 2020 has been cancelled now, hasn't it? Moved to the Emirates.
Oh, no, that has. I'm talking about the test series.
Like in England against India?
Yes.
They actually gave us a bit of a lesson, to be fair, this time. they are a strong side, but I think when it comes to the 2020 and the 1 days, I think we'll hold our own there. But the test side is not as strong as what it could be, and especially with COVID being out over here as well, that doesn't help with all the lads having to isolate, etc., etc. There's only so many allowed in the hotel, so you can't pick the strongest team all the time.
That's true. It's pretty hard. And they were talking, Alan, you would know about this too, the so-called...
I don't know nothing. I don't follow cricket. I've got no idea.
Oh, don't be silly. So Alan and David, obviously, you've known each other for a fair while. Take us back, David, when you first met Alan.
We was playing...
hang on, just quickly, Norman. Just quickly, Dave, please. My mum is here. Mum, pluck your ass. It's my mum, and she was wetting herself all day.
Yes, yeah, it was.
You came here with a backpack.
It was early 2000s when we came down, and we were getting really involved with the charities down there, with the fanatics and everything. And it was only through Freddie that I got to meet Adam Mullally, the legend who's on there now, Mr. Mullally. And we ended up in a bar in Perth called the Bog.
The Mog.
Oh, the Bog. Where's the Bog?
It was in one of the streets in Perth where we all met up, and then after that we did another charity night for one of the England players down at another venue where Alan and Adam Fairplay came down and supported the evening with all the Barmy Army, and that's how I got to know him, and that's over 20 years ago now, and he hasn't changed much. Apart from
David, we're getting old. We're getting old.
He's one of the few lads who.
Just quickly, my mum and I were sitting there after I spoke to you yesterday, Dave.
Yeah.
And my mum goes, I can't believe that. And she started singing the Barmy Army tunes. My mum, 83 this year, goes, you came here with a backpack, we with a ball chain. So, Dave, can you please sing one song?
Oh, whoa, hang on a minute.
Just off the cuff, sing Mum one song.
My name is Super Steve Army. They all think I'm Barmy. I ball out and fast for England. When I walk down the street, all the people like me, they say, hey, big man, what's your name? My name is Super Steve Army. There you go.
Right.
That was brilliant.
There you go.
No more, please.
I want 2 songs from you, Dave.
No, you can whistle.
Just in case the viewers don't know, that's Alan Mullally's mother. Say hello.
Oh, yeah.
Me somewhere.
And both getting shot. Get closer, Alan. All right. So, David, with your involvement there, Paul Burnham is the
Paul set it up in the mid '90s and mid to late '90s. I got pally with him around about 2000, 2001, and from that's probably the start of it really becoming more than just a little bit of a business. And then when you go to like 2005, he started having his own, well, not his own, but he started working with like travel agents, and then, you know, doing all the tours. And as it's grown now to, they've got the Barmy Army cricket, they've got the Barmy Army rugby, the Barmy Army golf. And to be fair to the lads in the Barmy Army, most of the work is done for charity over here. We raise a lot of money for charity. Paul and his team do. They've got a great job. They've got a nice office in London, you know, and they do really work hard for the charity. And you know what it's like with the Barmy Army. You know, they travel anywhere and go anywhere. You know, we've even been to Lahore, Pakistan. I was at the last test match, 34 of us. We flew into Bahrain first, played 3 or 4 games of of cricket there in Bahrain. Then we flew on to Lahore, watched the test match for 5 days, flew back into Bahrain and then back home. So
amazing.
Freddie Flintoff and Michael Vaughan said to me, they cannot believe that you would come out here to watch England play cricket. said, listen, we go to Sri Lanka, Gold Candy, Colombo, Barbados, Antigua, Cape Town. You know, they'll go anywhere to follow the cricket. And to be fair, now they go in droves. One of the things that's happened now is that there is a trumpet player. He's now moved on to other things, but we've got a new trumpet player coming now. We used to have a guy that everybody will know him in Australia as Jimmy Savile. We call him. He does all the cheering, the cheerleading with his flag. Yes. He's what he call it now because of everything that happened. Yep. He can't do that job, so we've got another guy who starts singing everywhere we go. So in general, nothing's changed now, apart from
your man's getting too old.
You tend to find now that us older ones, you know, the younger ones are coming through now, and I find it like now. You when we used to go to Sri Lanka for the series, you do a little bit of backpacking and you do your own thing. But now, you know, like I shouldn't say this, but everybody's jacking the tickets up, the prices up now. So to go to a test match in England,
well, like
is now pretty similar to going to a test match in Australia or even Sri Lanka.
There's a house here. I've got more houses. I'll find more houses.
Okay?
Stay here.
It's just unfortunate that the prices are going up so much. But you guys are so dedicated. It's amazing. So, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of spin-offs. There was an attempt in Australia of a Swami Army, which was not very good, unfortunately. There was one called, jokingly, Barmy Armies in Palm Beach in the Queensland. They're a lot of fun. They're an Australian bunch of guys. But the name is synonymous now with the world of any sporting fan. It's the leader of any. I mean, Barrett Army are a very good, strong unit in India. We have a connection to them as well. So there's a lot of great banter between. I think the two leading ones are Barrett Army and obviously the Barmy Army, and they're by far the most interesting to me. So what's your
Norman?
Yep.
Norman, the best supporters in the world, bar none.
Bar none.
I've been there, done it. Even when we played, I've been there, done it in South Africa and got our ass kicked. The best in the world, Barmy Army.
What do you call it? To be fair, now, and we were expecting it this next time. The Fanatics in Australia, you know, they started probably well over 10 years ago, and we're always a little bit of a force out there. And now when you come over here now, most test matches, there's the old green and yellow cut shirts, caps and hats, and there is still a few of the Fanatics that come across who I remember from 10 years ago.
Amazing. It is amazing. I remember many occasions where I was on Ash's tours to England and the SCG11, the tour that I would, and we'd meet up with some of the Barmy Army people. We had a great time, and it was always good. It was always good. I think I met Paul before. I'm not sure where, but I met him before. You're the person founder of the Barmy Army. So, Mrs. Mullally.
Yeah, no, Norman and Dave, Mum, we were talking earlier on, right? Tell these guys a story earlier on about Melbourne.
What was that?
Oh, when we won the test match, Mum, in 3 days. Sit down. Yeah, okay, tell us.
Going to be his batting.
If you're going to jump on here and get famous, get used to it.
Well, I'm not going on there.
You're on now, Mum.
Alan, you don't embarrass your mother. Come on.
Leave your mum alone now. Let me get on here. Leave
come on the screen. I'll let your mother.
What happened, Mum? What happened in Melbourne when you came over there? And Wayne brought our physio, played the guitar.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah.
Alan, join up. Alan, bring yourself on screen. Don't let your mother. That's better.
Yeah. Okay, Mum. Go to bed.
So
you got a cold.
The plan is we've got the Eyes on Cricket channel, which you're on now, which is more of a regular informative type session with interviews.
Hey, Mum, you told such a great story, by the way.
The so-called channel called Normally, which will be NORMALLEY, which is a spin-off on my name and Alan's name, will be featuring the Barmy Army, will feature ex-players that Alan's played with for and against. a lot of the experience with Mick Jagger. The whole thing will bring out Alan's life into its fullest, which is plenty of stories to tell. But you'll be a major part of it, David, if you want to be with Paul, and you can bring your group on both in the upcoming England series versus India, and then leading into the Ashes. Whether you can come or not, it won't matter because you're going to be on this program, and with that program.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get Paul sometime next week. I'm meeting up with him on Tuesday because we've got 2 Barmy Army golf days down in Cardiff. So what I'll do is I'll get him on, and he can give you a proper update on what's going on with the Barmy Army, and also what's going on that he gets to know about through the English Cricket Board.
Perfect. And as I said, we've got Alan, we've got Adam, we've got Monty, we've got even David Graveney and the likes who are all going to be a part of this.
And Norman, you've got Steve Waugh.
They'll all know Paul.
Steve Waugh, of course. Alan knows Steve Waugh very well, of course.
Like I say,
sorry?
they will know.
No, there's a story for you.
Monty Panesar knows Paul, and I'm sure David and the rest will have heard of him, if not know him, because he's been to loads of meetings with everything that's been involved with the Barmy Army over the last 20 years. So he is well known on the circuit.
Of course. And,
hey, Norman, I spoke to Steve Waugh about a week ago, right? 2 weeks ago. And Dave, this will make you laugh your bloody head off, right? I said, so Steve, how you going, mate? He goes, Al, how you going? You well? Yeah, well, you're right. Yeah, I'm all right. How's your mum? First thing he said was, how's your mum? My mum, right? 83.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a tremendous guy.
I said, I don't quite get this mental disintegration stuff. I said, what's it all about? He goes, well, Al, I tried my best to sledge you, but I didn't get it. I tried my best. I kept laughing. I said, why'd you laugh? I kept throwing you insults, and you kept laughing. You know what he said to me? I didn't know what to do.
Now, where's Munchie? Hang on, Munchie. Munchie, if you're there, I've just sent a message from Richard Vernon on your Facebook page saying there should be some sort of warning about your photo, Munchie.
Okay, Munchie. Dave, give it to me. Jerusalem.
Oh, yeah, not a chance.
Do 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 do. Norman, do 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 do.
I can't.
Do. Just listen. Do 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 do. Then they jump up. We are the army. The Barmy Army. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah, everywhere we go, the people know
everywhere we go. Yep. Start singing about Norman. Dave has got a few tunes under the belt.
No, listen, I'll save them for when we do an Ashes one before we come over.
Exactly. Let's wait for the Ashes series. We're preempting something.
No, between us three, I want a song now.
So
hang on, Norman. Dave, I want a song now.
You've had one. I'm not one of them that sings. I'm one of them that drinks and watches cricket.
Alan, my glass on my phone is cracking.
Hey, Norman, Dave's been very shy because yesterday he goes, I'll sing you a tune.
Yeah, they sing, but I'm not singing that on radio because I'll have what they call it, Shane Ward all over me.
No, it's just us three. And you said you've got a latest song, and my mum's like, "Oh, that was brilliant."
We haven't got no latest songs. The ones that we'll be doing for Australia, they'll be coming up with a few now. Because don't forget, all the players.
Okay, give me your best tune. It's only me, you, and Norman, Dave. By the way.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah, right. I believe that as well.
Come on, give it to me.
Okay, now we're getting a few questions about
with a backpack. You with your ball and chain. Ball and chain.
Right. Go on, Norman. What are you saying?
I can only sing in the shower. I need the water to be on my head.
No, I'm just thinking.
Norman, Dave is a head honcho. He knows these songs back to the front.
I don't.
I know my only sunshine.
We came here with a backpack. You with your ball and chain. Ball and chain. Ball and chain.
The ones that stick in mind, it was like Shane Warne is an Aussie. He likes to play around. He's got a different girlfriend in every cricket ground. He's always in some trouble. He's always in some strife. And when he lost his hair, he also lost his wife. Oh, Shane Warne. Sorry, that's it now. I can't do any more. I'll have all them Aussies going.
No. That's what you said to Mum last night. Say it again, because
No,
Mum was
you've
with
had
herself.
it. No,
Mum,
you've done it once.
Mum, oh
No.
Lord, do it.
You've
Go
had
again.
it once. You've
Go
had it
again.
once. No.
Go again.
What does
Dave,
Shane
go
Warne
again.
do when you play that song? Does Shane
Norman,
Warne
record
join
this.
in?
Dave, go again.
No, what do you call it?
Shane Warne.
He didn't like it. It was like when Mitchell Johnson, when we sang, he bowls to the left, he bowls to the right. Mitchell Johnson's bowling shine. The thing is, all the players that we made songs up about have all retired and gone now. So all the new songs that are coming out over the last 2 or 3 years, to be honest, I've not seen a test match. I'm going to my first test match in 2 weeks, the first day against India at Trent Bridge.
Dave, give that Shane Warne one again.
No. Listen, you've had it once.
Come on, just
We'll
off
do
the
it.
Okay,
cuff.
so
And
have
Norman,
you got
record
songs
this,
for the
please.
Indians?
Not really. No, we haven't. No, we like I say, without having my book out here and going, like there was a song for Monty Panazar, Super Monty, and he used to love that. And there was people in the sides, like what do you call it? Freddie Flintoff was Barney Rubble, and we'd make a song for Freddie. Ashley Giles, the King of Spin and King of Spain, Ashley Giles.
Yeah.
and all
Actually,
the
Norman, actually, Dave, hang on, Norman. When it was Ashley Giles' benefit year,
I was there. Yeah.
yeah, he had all these mugs brought out, right?
Yeah.
When he played for Warwickshire, and
Yeah.
it was meant to be Ashley Giles, undo well, the King of Spin, right? They made a big mistake. It was called Dave. I'll let you finish.
They call him the King of Spain.
The King of Spain. Not the King of Spain, the King of Spain. Oh Lord!
It was just one of those things that they make up when you're out there. A lot of the songs that they've kept and they put in, there's a songbook out now with all the Barmy out songs in it, but a lot of those have actually, when you got there to Sri Lanka, in the jungle, the lion jungle, there's lion beer tonight. And we have the guy that sings that, and it's just something that they made in Sri Lanka. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, there's lion beer tonight. A wind away, a wind away, a wind away. And then it sort of grows from that. Then people start adding things to it. Then all of a sudden, you've got a song. And we remember one of the ones that really sticks out with me was I think we was in Candy, and Steve Armisen he wasn't bowling his best, let's put it like this, and one of the lads had said to us, Speaky, get all the lads in the Barmy Army singing, giving Steve that bit of a lift and getting him going. So we started at 10:30 in the morning singing My Name is Super Steve Army, and we sang it for like nearly an hour. When he got his first wicket, the first thing he did was come running over and giving it the big one to the Barmy Army, and then he ended up that day getting Pfeiffer, and he walked off that pitch, head high, and it's little things like that, and even going away to South Africa, being in Joburg, and you've got Freddie in the slips turning round and saying to the Barmy Army, "Come on, get it going, because we can win this." We thought we were dead and buried. All of a sudden, they ripped through the South Africans, and we're up in the balcony there in the clouds. And it was the players' connection with the Barmy Army, and that's something that for over the last 20 years, there's been quite a few good bits, and there's been on one or two that don't like it. But to be fair, 90% of the players have always, they'll always sign an autograph, or they'll end up giving them a shirt, or maybe a cap, or anything like that. So the affiliation with the Barmy Army and the players, and like you've seen it now with Joe Root, the Barmy Army, there's a lot of young ones in there now, and they'll be all there again at Trent Bridge, and they'll be. But
Dave, the most amazing thing, they all know their cricket.
Yeah.
And no, they're not just like fans. You're talking about doctors and policemen and women, lawyers, the whole shebang. They work 9 months of the year, and then they take 3 months off to follow us play cricket.
Yeah.
They are the best fans in the world.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen, like a few lads who were builders and brickies. they'll work all summer here, get the money. End of September, they're travelling off, and whether if we're in India at Christmas, they'll be making their way across there to get there for Christmas, you know, and then they might end up going from there to Sri Lanka or the West Indies or somewhere else. They just follow it around, and as soon as they skin, they're back home, they're earning again, and back out there.
That's magnificent.
There's quite a few lads that do that.
They are the best, Norm and Dave. They are the best fans ever.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'd never seen a cricket match abroad. I went to Australia.
Got the best songs. I was telling my mum a story. I think I told you, Norm. When I played in the MCG test, Boxing Day jobby, right? And the first day was washed out in 1998, I think. Yep. Yeah. And then the second day, we won in 3 days, but I was down there at 5. I remember batting. I made 16. Remember that, Norman?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I can remember that. I can remember watching that.
10, 15, 20,000 Barmy Army. Alan Mullally. That's after I got 5 ducks, by the way, in 6 knocks.
Yeah, but what do you call it? The first.
I was telling Mum the story, right? Where there must have been the old Bay 13, Norman. About 30,000 people, right? And there was about 20,000 Barmy Army, and the 10,000 Aussies, right? We own the Ashes, we won the Ashes, I'm like, okay, Mullally or shit. We own the Ashes, Mullally or shit, and your man with the St. George's hat, the old boy,
yeah.
He's like, wait, lads, wait.
Vic Silver, he was called.
Yeah, and then they all sat down, the Aussie guys. He goes, right, go. Your man got up with the old bugle.
Billy.
We own your country. We own you. It was brilliant.
Man.
I got to say, I actually, it was 2001 when it was my anniversary. So I'd come over to Australia with the wife because a lot of her family are living here. I've been to a few test matches at home, but never anything away. So after spending a week to 10 days in Australia with my wife and her family, getting up at 6 o'clock and going for a walk was not me. So I was in Darling Harbour that afternoon and I saw the England test match for the Sydney test. So I managed to get a ticket and I walked into this bar and it was just full of Barmy Army. And I thought, Jesus, what's going on here? And the lads, there were some lads from Wigan, Bolton, near from where I live. They said, right, you sat with us, so you're with us now. So I spent 5 days with them singing and dancing. And I said to myself, after that test match in Australia, I think Michael Vaughan got his ton. I turned around and said, that's it now. I'm not going to watch England anymore at football. I'm going with this Barmy Army. And I booked.
They're a different league. They are a different league.
I booked Sri Lanka, Gold, Candy, Colombo, Barbados, Antigua, Joburg, PE, Cape Town, which, you know, and then all of a sudden Lahore, Pakistan. And
wow.
And it was like, when I always say, Freddie and Michael Vaughan said to us, what the flipping heck are you lot doing here in Pakistan? And it was the last test match I ever played with England in Pakistan. And we got beat on the last day as it happened, but they just couldn't believe that, 30 odd of us would come out and play. Come out. We actually played against a Pakistan 11. Game,
as a player, right? As a player, when you play for your country, and you guys, it's unbelievable. We losing. I was there in South Africa, obviously.
We always say.
I walked to the lobby, and they do some girl, stunning blonde girl, or some old boy. Our high five, go well today. Then they all go to the ground and start singing.
Yeah, we're the best 12th man in the country. We're the best 12th man in England.
Without a doubt.
So,
and that's where Norman's now trying to put stuff on there. He can't get the smile off his face.
Oh no, I think it's wonderful. I mean, to me, I can remember many occasions it's been nothing but joyful to listen to the chanting going on, especially when you're in England itself. when the Barmy Army goes crazy, then they get just not the Barmy Army, but virtually the whole crowd join in.
But you know what,
We
Norman?
always,
Norman, you know what? Norman?
we actually
Barmy Army goes around the world. We know that, right? The best Barmy Army is these guys like Dave. There's a house here, mate. You can stay here, no drama. Bring your whole family. When they come to the Ashes, there's nothing like the Barmy Army with the Ashes.
Well, David, just what I was talking about, what you're about to talk about.
We came here with our backpacks.
When you've got the full crowd supporting, when you got the full crowd supporting the Barmy Army, it's beyond belief.
Mate,
home or away now, mainly away. I think you are appreciated because there's a lot more people that follow England at home. But once you go on one of their tours and you get there, it's like, I'm going to do this again. This is part of the bucket list. And a lot of people that go, they always seem to come back and they do the next tour and the next tour and the next tour. But the thing as well, which is good, and I've seen this, when Australia come to England, there's always a bit of banter with the Barmy Army and the fanatics in the crowd, and there's a bit of crap flies about. But all in all, there's never any trouble. There's always good banter.
Absolutely, that's the important thing.
You go to you're going to have a beer together afterwards, win, lose, or draw. Usually with England, we've been losing, but over the last few years, we've actually pulled it back a bit now, so it's quite enjoyable. But even when we went away and was getting beat, that series with Freddie, when Freddie was captain, that's probably one of my favourites of all time. And I've got to say one thing, I won about 600 bucks at the trotting track. Once Australia had bowled us out for dinner. So we had the trotting track across the road at Perth, and we ended up with this guy who was really into his trotters. So he was giving us winners, and if you ever see it on the television, you'll see about 20 lads running down where the horse and trots coming, all the Barmy Army, because it was our horse that was coming in. So
amazing. So there's a question. With Alan, for David, with both Anderson and Broad now, they're probably going to finish up. I'm going to guess and say maybe not this season, but next season. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, they what do you call it? Them two are absolute quality.
I think they should retire.
Jimmy Anderson is a Lancashire lad. I'm a Lancashire lad as well. Not that makes any difference. But if I was to mention to any of my kids who are growing up, you want to take an example out of a quick bowler, look at Jimmy Anderson, look at the way he trains, look at the injuries he's had, look at the way he's done, and Brodie as well. Them two.
They're both.
I've got to say this: Broad and Jimmy, to me, are as good as what
can I
just about McGrath
jump in here now?
and Wayne were together. When you put them two, I know they got a lot more wickets, but those two, what a two to have in your team for a good sustainable.
It's all about management, Dave. And you know something? In my experience, Darren Gough is better than Anderson. Andrew Caddick is better than Broad.
But not necessarily as a partnership.
But they are managed differently.
Yeah.
So you do what you do,
Yeah. Now, Norman, my phone's flashing. I'm on my last 10%.
Okay, well that's right. We'll I'll make it too much longer for you. That's right, David. Just quick. Other thing was Jofra Archer's back in training. I hear that as well.
Yeah. He was what do you call it?
I think he is vastly.
He bowled in one of the one
Dave,
one of the
vastly overrated.
I think he's pretty sharp.
No, he's overrated.
I'd just like to see him steaming in a bit more.
Put him next to Wazim, Waka, Shoaib, Alan Donald, Courtney, Curtly, the guys I had to put up with.
Yeah.
He's overrated. We'll see in the Ashes how he gets on.
Yeah.
And by the way, before we go, your phone comes out, Dave. Have you sent my lord? Have you sent Norman some stuff? Because as an Aussie, he can't wait to get the Barmy Army real deal.
Yeah, well, like I say, I want to call it, because I'm working today, I wasn't expecting this. I've been in the office downstairs. I'll get Paul to come on the show. He'll definitely do it next week.
Let's do that, huh?
That's right. It'll probably be probably be around about any time now. I'll send you a message and because I've told him today that I was coming on, and he just said, look, just do what you normally do.
Talk.
Which is great. I mean, what you feel is
But
fantastic.
hang on, Norman. I'm also, to be fair, Dave knows this. I'm bunged up with flu. My lord. Dave, I want that warning song before we go anywhere.
What do you think, Norman?
Do you really want my...
Listen,
I want the Shane Warne song about no hair. So I've got Johnny's mobile.
Alan, let David be.
Fact, Norman, you've got his number. I'll go to you.
Listen, I'll do it again on the next one. Okay.
No, I want it right now. Right now.
Before
I go to bed. No, come on. Come on, I want it right now. Don't be embarrassed. It's only us three.
Give us a snippet, David. Otherwise, Alan may
I
leave
want
us
the Shane Warne song.
Listen, it goes.
My mouth's waiting.
It goes. Shane Warne is an Aussie. He likes to play around. He's got a different girlfriend in every cricket ground. He's always in some trouble. He's always in some strife. And when he lost his hair, he also lost his wife. Oh, Shane Warne is. And that's it now, because Alan.
That's fantastic.
Listen to this, they'll be giving me grief out there.
Well, what we need to do, Alan, we'll get with David and Paul and we'll talk to them about Munchie made a good point. Again, the Barmy Army song sheets. That'd be fantastic. We can get a hold of Barmy Army song sheets.
I want to call it, because I'm working away, I'm down in Newark. I'll take my songbook with me because I can't remember them all. You forget them because somebody new comes along, so they've gone, But, there was Hoggy, all them lots, Hoggy was I'm the King of the Jungle. With that thing.
Yeah, you sung that one last night. Let's go again.
Freddie was the Flintstones.
Yeah. Also, you need to. I've got a phone number.
I've heard that. I've actually heard that. That's really fun.
Yeah, Norman. Let's get started.
Right.
Dave, I've got a phone number. I think I gave it to Norman. I'm not sure of a guy who bowled right arm fast from Perth.
Jones.
Surname Fight.
Who?
Dennis Lee.
Dennis Lee, of course. It's
Yeah.
Hey,
You're going to get a song about him. And he was called Fot, as in F-O-T, fucking old tart.
I was lucky enough to spend an afternoon with him in Sydney at the Sydney University of Cricket they have there.
Yeah.
I think he was teaching at the time when we played a game on the pitch. And that was when I found out what the speakers were all the way around to imitate a ground and speakers and people. And he put it on while we was bowling. I'm like, what the f is going on here? But he was an absolute gentleman. I've got a nice picture of me and him at home. And top man. The older ones, I can't say enough. Ricky Ponting.
You know what? It's just great stories.
Ricky Ponting.
I've got a couple.
What do you call it? When I used to come back to the hotel, I'd sometimes have a pint with Langer and Aiden, and there was no, it was just a bit of fun, a bit of banter, always speak to you. Sometimes he might even buy you a pint if he was lucky enough. Brett Lee, he came and got his guitar out at the bog that night and sang a few songs for the Barmy Army. The lads loved him, and he was a seriously good bowler,
Brett Lee, he was all right.
It was all. I've a lot of memories of going to Australia, and
but it's the camaraderie which you're talking about.
The people out there and the players. That team that they had in let's just say from '95 to 2010. That was, to me, that's the best cricket team I've ever seen in my life, and I would put them in front.
Try 1996.
No, listen,
I've got a story about that one. No one knows this with David Gravely.
I'm putting that Australian team. When they were with Gilchrist and all the lot of them playing, I said, and I'll still stick by it now, they were better than the West Indies in the 70s.
Right.
That's my own opinion.
Not play against them, and no.
It would have been a good game to watch anyway.
No, the Windies. Sorry, nope.
Well, that's my opinion.
I can tell so many stories, right?
Dave's got merit what he's saying. He's got merit.
Hang on, Dave, here's a story for you. I think we just beat Zimbabwe at Lords. I think it was Zimbabwe or the West Indies. I'm not sure. Anyway, my brother was over from here to London. Had a pint outside, and I'm standing next to Viv. Sir Viv, right?
Yeah.
My hero. And my brother's there. My brother's like, Alan, I can't believe this. I'm like, why? Well, you're just like hanging out with like, fans and Viv and yeah. I said, Viv, how would you play Warnie? He goes, well, man, Alan, man, because he knows he's my hero, right? I would play some shots, man. I said, Neil, give him a call. He goes, what? I said, dude, mobile. So I got Shane Warne on the phone in Melbourne to Viv on the phone outside Lord's. He goes, hey, Warnie, man. And Warnie goes, how would you play me? I'd play some shots. I would play some shots. I'd be outside leg stump and I would play some shots. And you know what Warnie said? I reckon you'd take me apart. Goes, yeah, man. Of course I would.
Yeah,
there you go. And that was real deal. My brother goes, I can't believe that. Neil, welcome to my world. So, that's a true story.
Yeah. Listen, I was lucky enough to watch him in 77, 76 over here. And my father had a pub, my mum then at the time, and the whole West Indies pub, the whole West Indies team stayed in the pub.
Really?
Yeah. There was a guy out there called Winston. We had a guy in the village called Winston Stafford, who was an ex-Test player, and when the West Indies came over to tour, he brought them to my father's pub at the time, and I can remember them all sat in there having a beer.
How amazing is that?
All of them. And the only thing then, there was no camera, there was cameras, but like nowadays, you'd have had a selfie with them all, wouldn't you? But there you go.
You know, Norman and Dave, you know I spoke to recently?
Who?
And Norman, you'd love this. Courtney Walsh. I said, man, I'm going to come, when this lockdown stuff is all done, maybe 2 years, I'm going to see you, can I stay at your place in Kingston? He goes, Alan, man, my door is wide open, man. You keep it real, brother. There you go. So it goes back to the cricket world. When you meet people.
It's a family.
Yeah.
It becomes a real family. So what's this about? Didn't Viv play for Rishton?
There was quite a few.
Helicopter. Yep.
Quite a few of the West Indies played in it was called the Lancashire League for Burnley, Tomberden, Bacup and places like that. There was quite a few of the West Indies played later on in the career.
Good money as well. Jimmy Adams, he played.
Yeah. Well, who is it? Jimmy Anderson came from over that way.
If you go through Norman, if you go through the obviously my Facebook whatever photos, there's one of Brian Lara.
What a man!
Norman, you got that one, yeah?
I was there. I haven't got it.
Show that photo.
I'll send you the photo because I was, what do you call it? I've been lucky enough. I was there when Mullally
just quickly.
And I was actually there when Lara got his 400 runs. And I'll sing a little song.
Really?
Yeah, I was there. Brian Lara, oh, you'll never win the match. Even though you scored 400, you dropped the fucking catch. And sorry about that. But that was when he scored his 400th. If you remember, you can see on the TV, he was in the slips. And Freddie Flintoff was what he called. I think it was Freddie Flintoff. One that was batting. And if he'd have got that wicket with the catch, he'd have won that Test match. But he dropped it. So within a space of an hour, they wrote a song, Brian Lara, oh, you'll never win the match. Even though you scored 400, you dropped the vital catch. And he turned around in Brian Lara and clapped us. He turned around
he's a great man.
He turned around and clapped us and he went like that to the Barmy Army. And the whole, if you will see it because there's a bit that's, I think it might be on YouTube on that day, where the police are chasing 4 nuns round the square. And those 4 nuns with the Barmy Army lads dressed up as nuns who've gone onto the pitch, and it shows the police chasing these 4 nuns. It's the funniest thing you can see. But the four lads that it was were my mates.
What would that video be called? If you get that video, send it to
it's what they call it. It's got to be on YouTube somewhere, but it was when
let's try and find it.
Yeah, but it shows the police.
David,
it showed the police chasing these 4 nuns.
To Norman, right? Dave, as a friend, you have the best time of your life. And look at you, Norman. You cannot get a smile off your face. Brian Lara,
That's great.
Yeah.
So you got this. Like Munchy's saying, you have to applaud the BA, the Barmy Army. If you react to them, they will taunt you more. It's true.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully, if I'm on again next week with Leafy, we'll see if we can. He'll have a few more anyway.
Perfect.
But
Well, thanks for your time, David. It's been great to have you on this impromptu. Well, I really appreciate the coming on. You can become a regular.
Can I wish everybody all the best? Hope the COVID goes away for you all in Australia, and hopefully we'll be back. The Barmy Army is coming back. Trust me, we're coming.
We want you here. We want you here, big time.
I'm fully vaccinated. I've got a bit of a flu. That's why I'm just bunged up, just watching you guys talk.
Yeah.
But Dave, the whole house is yours. The whole neighborhood is yours.
We know.
All right, David. Thanks for your time.
How many dollars can we get to the pound now? Because we used to get 3 in the early 2000s.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. Now, here's one for you. Where was I?
You'll have to be quick.
I think it was in Melbourne in a one-day game, right? Here's a story, Norman. 94,000 people.
Yeah.
It's quite a few people, really.
Melbourne.
And they go, do. It's a one-day game, right? The World Series. I got a trophy there. And what did I do? The Australians went. We won the Ashes.
They used to, what do you call it? The ones that used to really, what used to get on them is got to be. You used to go. You get $1 to the pound. You get $1
I'm going to tell you this.
$2 to the pound. You get $3 to the pound.
So
and then they all start
the Ashes,
singing.
right?
We're so rich, it's unbelievable. We're so rich, it's unbelievable. We get $1 to the pound. We get
and
$2
I was there.
to the pound. $3.
So, like, we own the Ashes. We won the Ashes. 94,000. 30,000 will call me a wanker and a traitor, right? Because I went to school here. Right? And then the Barmy Army got up. We got $1 to the. They got $1 to the pound. We got $1.
Listen, I hope your flu's better next time we speak.
We got $2 to the pound. We got $2 to the pound. We got $3 to the pound. We got $3 to the pound. Then the Bugles go. We own your country. We own your country.
I mean, it was worth it, South Africa. What Munchie's saying. You got 23 rand to the pounder.
Yeah, well, listen, just tell Munchie I expect him to be on next time I'm on.
Yeah, Munchie, be on next time, all right? We'll get you on.
Yeah.
And we'll get There's another one, Barnstead Boy, which is aka Richard Vernon. I'll get him on too. All right, thanks, David. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, listen, anytime.
Thank you very much. And we'll talk with you and Paul again.
Dave,
thanks,
Alan.
Alan.
I'll give you a buzz later.
All right, see you later.
Make sure you send Norman and England Barmy Army top.
Right.
We'll converse him.
It's been fantastic. The leaders of the world, as far as I'm concerned. Thanks, David.
All right.
Thank you,
everybody.
Thanks, Alan.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
That was great, Alan. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate getting. I was due to efforts. But Molly's husband.
Mummy's. That's why Mum went. She's in bed now. She's bunged up with flu.
He's a lovely man. Lovely man. I'm really happy to have him on.
I'm trying my best.
No, you've done a great job. All right. So, did you want to talk about anything else at this moment, or do you want to? We'll get back together a bit later.
Let's talk about stuff. I'll tell you what. What do you want to talk about?
Well, the Euros is a topic which we can go off topic. England beat Germany.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
So is this going live to other people in India and what have you?
Of course. It's live now to everybody.
Okay. I'll tell you what, you name a cricketer and I'll tell you a story.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start with an Indian player, why not? Ganguly. Tell me about what happened with Ganguly.
He's a prince. He's a lovely, lovely man.
He's a gentleman, that's for sure. What about VVS
When he made his Test debut, I think he made 100 at Lord's in 1996. And Alex Stewart's was sledging the hell out of him. He went, "Excuse me, Mr. Stewart, I've watched you on TV. I've watched your whole career. You are fantastic. But you had your time. Can I please now have mine? So please stop sledging me. Shut the F in hell up. and let me do my thing. He made 100.
He's got some guts about the old. He's got a real gutsy character.
Yeah.
Hasn't he? He's an amazing guy. What about Brian Lara? Is the one that you bowled him? Did he score a big century when you were bowling?
Yep.
What was that like? What was that like?
He's just a genius. Just a genius. That's it. I cannot say anything more. Him and Sachin. Genius.
Where did you bowl Lara? Did you try and get him outside off stump, or what did you try to do?
The one day international at Durham, I got him caught behind. And he said, give me some space, man. Give me some space. But you know what? He's very friendly with my mum because he came to my house in Ferndale in 1992. Mum did all his, I told you the story, did all his washing, the whole lot. He's cooked a nice roast dinner for him. He goes, oh, man. I'm like, yeah. When I'm playing for the West Indies, when I'm captain of the West Indies, and you're playing for England, we're going to have some fun, man. And we did. Imagine that as a youngster. So for those guys who are watching this and listening,
So
what
did he change? Did he have a game face on? Did he change? Did he become very serious, or did he muck around out there?
I don't think he could handle how famous he became.
Really?
In 1994, overnight, yeah.
Was that the time he scored that innings in Australia? In 94, was that the time he scored 275?
Around the world, the Caribbean, England, a lot. I think he had about 13, 14 innings where he scored 100 every time. One was 375, 400, 500. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
but
very
what
special.
a nice guy. What a nice guy. But you know who's the nicest guy the whole lot I've met in the whole world? Jimmy Adams.
Yeah, you told me about him.
From
West Indians are generally well behaved. They're very genuine people. They're very nice people. They're very giving people. They're very humble people.
Indians. Well, to be fair, no matter where you go in the world, they are nice people.
Oh, I would agree with that.
I just spoke to you earlier, Norman. I was on the phone to Hester Conyer Parsons, who's Huntsy's sister. What a lovely person.
I mean, it's just being nice is not hard to do if you want to be nice. That's what it's all about.
When I left Perth when I was 18, my mum and my late father, my dad, God bless him, Michael, they said, Alan, before you leave Perth and go and do your little thing around the world, manners cost nothing.
So, but Barmy's calling Jimmy Adams the Padams. Marco Nantini is a great, lovely man. Nantini,
he's a lovely bowler as well, and when he commentates, he makes me laugh. I'm not sure. Obviously, he speaks English and Afrikaans. Is it Sutu or Zulu? I don't know. But he goes away and he's on his roll. He's brilliant. Makai Nantini.
Amazing. All right, Alan, if we get any questions from people, we'll ask them. Otherwise, we might call it a day a bit early today.
Yeah, still going to go. Need some sleep. I'm on a flu.
Well, thanks for that, Alan. We'll talk more during the week about what we're going to do with the Army guys and other people. And we're going to get this other channel sorted. So with a partner, so it'll be good. All right.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Alan. Thanks again for bringing David on, and it's all because of you. So, everyone, viewers, we'll be back on again regularly.
But also, Norman, for our Indian viewers, obviously we're fully vaccinated. This COVID stuff, and there will come a time, but obviously during the Ashes, we're going to have a lot of fun. And then our game plan for all of our Indian viewers is to jump onto a boat and go to India and meet Indian people.
Of course.
If that
They've got a
sense.
question here quickly about Indian players like KL Rahul instead of Shubman Gill. It looks as though, Matilda, we're going to probably have the same 11 other than Siraj is very early on, but I think that's probably what's going to happen. They're not going to change the side early on, but Rahul, even the likes of Agarwal and Vihari will come into play as the series moves on. I think Siraj is the
I'll
one.
tell you what, Norman, here's one for you. For all of our Indian viewers now, right? Spread the word. Can you please send me the best photo of your best scratched up cricket ball?
Scuffed up cricket ball.
Yep, to reverse swing.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one for you.
For sure. We'll get them to do that. Okay. Their best photos, we'll get them to send it to either my Instagram or my Twitter, which is on the handle. So the last question. This is your favourite left armour of this range of Margot. In England, it's difficult for shaky mid-lords to perform, and it will struggle against the likes of Anderson and Broad and perhaps Archer. Archer is a long shot. He's still got to get through fitness, but India will struggle with Anderson and Broad.
He's a nice bowler, but I think we lack bowlers to win the Ashes. That's my point of view.
England, though.
I think we're going to get rinsed over here. I really do.
Well, let's hope that it's a bit closer than that. Put it that way.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Because
I'll
tell you what, after 10 overs with the Kookaburra, you need pace. Good luck. Broad, Anderson, nope. Archer is overrated. So there you go.
Well, let's see how he goes.
And also, for all of these guys who now I'm listening, Norman, hopefully we'll get Steve Waugh or maybe Shane Warne on here. Who knows?
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
That's when Pujara
So
be dropped.
stay tuned. Stay tuned, chaps.
All right, guys. Thanks,
and I'm
Alan.
sorry if I look full of cold, because I am full of cold.
That's all right. That's wonderful. No worries.
Okay.
All
Cheers,
right.
buddy.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, Alan. I'll do a bit of a monologue and we'll talk later. I'll give you a call later.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Cheers, buddy.
Ciao.
Cheers, buddy.
See ya. It was great to have both Alan Mullally and David speak on the phone there. It was really, really impressive. It was great to see them both. And they both were fantastic on the show. So again, we'll talk soon again, guys. I think Munchie said change the ball, use a proper one. All right. And he's still on, Alan. Have you logged off? Yeah. So everyone, thanks for being on the show. We'll talk more soon. This show is only a quick brief show just to bring on the Barmy Army representation for future reference. We'll talk more about the Indian team in future episodes. Obviously, the tour of India versus the likes of England will be a big series. It's not coming up for another month. In fact, it's more than a month. August the 4th, I think, is the first test in Trent Bridge. I think that Alan... okay. Yeah, he probably did. The reality is that we want more involvement with the Barmy Army. That'll be great with both Peter Byrne and Barmy, I think his name is, and David speak. Some great ambassadors of that program. And through Alan's help, we've been able to get them on the show, so it's great. So, all right, guys. Thanks, Munchie, as well for your time. We'll try to make this the longest show next time. It was very impromptu. I didn't plan this, so some of the viewers wouldn't have had a chance to plan for it. I know the Euro Soccer's on as well, which is taking time. And there's a bit of downtime from cricket. I think people have gone out and had a bit of a break. I think most commentators, most reporters, most fans have actually gone off and had a break from cricket. Yes, Pujara really is a mainstay in this batting line. I think it is too, sir. And I think it'll be great to actually look at the whole thing. So, yes. Anyway, the reality is we'll finish up the show now. I've just been joined by Arya Yutsu. He's a great man from India. He'll be a part of our program in the future. Thanks to Arya. You can help me a great deal when it comes to things around the layout of my actual platform, any of the designs for what we have on our show. And, Munchie, thanks. I'm glad you got the hat and the mug. I'm very happy about that. There'll be more memorabilia coming out, more of the gear that I've got on. You'll see here I've got the well, there's my Twitter page and my so-called Instagram page. You see, I've got my. Let me have a look here. If I can get up. You can just see up there. You can see the labeling there. There's labeling there. There's labeling here. Let me just undo this. Labeling there. It's all there. All right, guys. Thanks for your time. I can see we're all just about done now. It's just gone an hour. We'll talk again very soon and have a great time. Thanks for joining us. This is Norman Koshlik on Eyes on Cricket with Norman Koshlik.